Hey, I'm here to work on this new deck that I found. It's called the Deck Inside Oracle deck. It's kind of dark and it channels a specific energy that I want to work with here. And actually the Deck Inside title is significant. There's a song by Muse with that name. And basically that song says that you can look into a person's eyes, like straight into their eyes, and you may think that they are telling you the truth, but they are inside. Actually talks about a dynamic, like a couple's dynamic, in which you kill each other, so both of you are dead inside somehow. It may be significant, at least for me it is. I may think about someone with that song, but I want to channel messages with this deck to see what's up. And we're gonna go deeper with tarot, with my beautiful Italian tarot that I can't get enough. So when I opened this deck, the first card, it was like this. It says overthinking hour. Someone is overthinking. Actually, I want to channel this message. Overthinking hour. And okay, someone is pretending that they are feeling fine. Someone in this energy is overthinking, racing thoughts, insomnia, and loops. And they are convincing themselves that they are fine. Sirens in the background, confirmation. Someone may be pretending in their daily life with their friends, with their family, with their partner, if they have a partner, that they are fine. That everything is fine. Actually, you can see here, totally fine, but in the middle of, like a room in which everything is burning to the ground. And they are overthinking. Since this person is like in bed, this may be significant at night, kind of Nine of Swords energy. Let's see what other messages can we share with this energy. Who is this energy? Overthinking, everything is fine. This person may be crying. Tears? What tears? But this person is like bawling, right? Their eyes out. Denial, emotional leak, pretense. This may be someone who tends to repress emotions, like they are not comfortable with being emotional in any aspect. Honking outside, that might be confirmation. This person may be used to repressing or suppressing all emotions, like when they feel happy, when they feel love, when they feel sad, when they want to cry. But remember that you can repress so much, right? It becomes unbearable at a certain point. Someone is going through anxiety or just too much coffee, restlessness, caffeine crash, paranoia. I'm gonna take 3 more. Okay, that was quick. Someone may be shopping. I'm guilty as charged when I feel anxious or when I feel, like I can't handle certain things. I like to go out and buy things. I know this isn't like a good habit, but I understand the sense, like shopping to feel something, emptiness, impulse spending, escapism. Invited but not wanted. Exclusion, misfit, emotional distance. You see people like kind of laughing at them because they are sad and sitting alone in a table. Socially, people are so scared of being alone or find themselves solo in a group situation. 444. You're being divinely protected. If you're thinking about someone, if this isn't you, that energy is being divinely protected as well. Sometimes people aren't capable of seeing the big picture in certain situations, and when we are isolated, when we are stood up, even when we feel like we are alone, and other people may laugh at it, let them, because sometimes people don't realize that the more friends they have, the more social they are, sometimes the lonelier they feel, right? I was blocked. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Whatever, let's continue. Remember that this happens when we channel messages. We can get blocked because maybe spirit doesn't want us to share certain information. But on top of the convincing yourself it's fine, right? Fire may be significant because this one fell on top of it. Says, calling in a phase, minimization, escapism, self-deception. Escapism is twice, like in the cards. So this may be a runner. Again, I was telling you that this is someone who is used to suppress emotions. So they are running from their emotions. They are running from themselves. They are calling it that everything is fine, nothing has happened here. I'm telling you this as someone who used to do this at a certain point. When I broke up from, my longest relationship, I was going to college, so I focused on college and achieving my goals and things that I wanted to do for myself back then, and I focused too much on that I told myself everything is fine, and I stopped the ability to feel the grief, to feel the sadness, because I ended my longest relationship, although it was sort of mutual, until one day I went to therapy and my psychologist started to open that door with homework. She said homework for me to start grieving my ex, and then I felt everything, and it was so I was like, this man, and to be honest, that wasn't my most painful relationship. There was someone I loved much more than that, but with that other person, I was able to feel more. Instead of suppressing and pretending that everything was fine, even when I was with him or when I broke up with him too, I allowed myself to feel. So if you're in this situation, someone around you is pretending that they are fine, that this is just a moment in their life, that everything will be good again, it's sort of taking a toll on them, or it's exploding because this person is, crying a lot. They feel rejected or not wanted. People may be talking about them, right? There may be gossip around this connection or this situation. But I believe that this person who I'm channeling here with this inside back, this person is going through an awakening. This person is waking up to certain realities or certain things that they didn't want to see in the past. I was telling you earlier, you can suppress your emotions for so long. And spirit, your divine forces, your ancestors, like people who are watching over you, they will sit you in a corner for you to feel all those things that you refused to feel in the past. And someone is going through an awakening because of it. There was a catalyst. I'm thinking about that song, The Catalyst by Linkin Park. Probably you were a catalyst to this person, or you were a catalyst to each other, but they are taking the hardest part on this because they are used to deflect and they are used to suppress their emotions. You may have an avoidant energy around you, someone who they are really focused on pretending that everything is fine, and they are failing to listen to their intuition. Remember that intuition is a connection to the divine. No matter what you believe in, I'm telling you this as a tarot reader, as someone who works with spirituality, with many pantheons, right? But going to church or believing in the Christianity and God and all that is the same thing. It doesn't matter what your source of, spirituality or religion is. We all possess intuition, and I believe that this person who is convincing themselves that everything is fine, although they have anxiety, although they are overthinking and crying and feeling alone and feeling judged by other people even, they are convincing themselves that they are fine because they are failing to listen to their intuition. They are failing to listen to the guidance that they may receive from the divine. Let's talk about this strength, because actually Frida Kahlo may be significant. Looks like her. This is an Italian tarot deck that is called, I forget, the Surrealist Tarot. Look, I have it here. In case that anyone is interested, it's a really beautiful deck. I can't show all the cards, but I'm gonna try my best. Justice in the reverse, it fell on top of, convincing yourself. I believe that the main focus of this reading will be that there's someone out there that somehow is connected to you. They are convincing themselves that everything is fine. Actually, with this card that says convincing yourself it's fine, everything is fine, and it says here totally fine, that makes me think about Friends, when Ross was having sort of a breakdown because Rachel was dating Joey for a short period of time and he says totally fine, something like that, with the squeaky voice and pretending, really bad, pretending that everything is fine. There's Justice and the High Priestess in the reverse. This person is failing to listen to their own divine guidance through their intuition. Basically, they are facing the consequences of not listening to their intuition. When we act from our place of pride or focus on what the 3D has to offer, that sometimes the 3D will tempt us to prevent us from listening to our intuition, from listening to our higher self. And this person chose to pretend to keep a mask on, because for them, when you're wearing a mask for so long, it becomes attached to your skin. So removing that mask will be too painful. And this person is so scared, or they were so scared, they lacked the strength to take the mask off in front of you. Let's say this was a lover, or this was a friend who had a big secret, or who suppresses their emotions, or they have sort of avoidant tendencies. Taking the mask off for them was like impossible. It was like a non-negotiable. It was like something I'm not doing. I'm not doing this. I'm not taking my mask off, because the mask is so tied to my skin that if I take it off, I remove it, I don't know, it will be like too painful for me. But now they are facing the consequences of not taking the mask off. There's a sense of stagnancy with a 10 of Cups energy. This may be love, okay? This person maybe chose to... Remember, I was telling you that you were a catalyst for this person, or you were a catalyst to each other. The term catalyst, twin flame, may be significant. You guys are mirrors to each other, and you uncover your wounds. You uncover the need to cry for something that happened a long time ago. You guys make one another like overthink, right? But not on purpose. This is just what happens when we meet a catalyst twin flame. You may provoke anxiety to one another. Talking about love specifically, love isn't all butterflies. Love isn't all just, smiling all the time and like living the good moments, because with a connection like this, with a catalyst twin flame, when it's good, it's great. I mean, it's hard and it's heavy, but it's also nice and it's also romantic and sweet. But when it's bad, it's really, really bad, because you open yourself like up without wanting it. Right? So maybe this person, maybe both of you, but I'm channeling more that this person, they were so scared of everything that you make them feel, like the good and the bad, that they decided to put a stalemate into a 10 of Cups energy, like you're everything. This person may be your everything, or this person could have been your everything, and vice versa, like for each other, you and them, whatever dynamic. So they put a stalemate into a 10 of Cups to go for a 7 of Cups. They chose to live an illusion. They chose to convince themselves that they are fine without you, as an example. They chose to convince themselves that this anxiety and this crying and this everything will be just a phase, right? Like, this is not something that will last, that both of you will be fine, that they will be fine and you will be fine. So they chose to live an illusion and set a 10 of Cups dynamic, a happily ever after dynamic, like into a stalemate, like for it not to continue to move on, right? To proceed forward as it's supposed to, right? There's the star. This is like so cool. Let me check. Look. Aquarius energy number 17 can be significant. It's as if you have a star in your hands and you let it go. Like slip through your fingers. What's up with that star? This person, whoever this is, if this is romantic for you, this person sees you as the love of a lifetime, because we have the Ace of Cups. Actually, do you see like the cup in their head? Like in their hand also, but in their head? This person is overthinking so much about this. How much you make them feel, or you make them feel. How much they are crying. Because I believe that they are crying for you, maybe yes, but they are crying because what you uncovering them, they may be crying for something that happened a long time ago, way before you met them. 911, this person may be in an emergency state, but this is not an emergency in which you can interfere. This is a spiritual emergency that they need to go through, if they want to. If they want to continue suppressing and pretending that everything is fine, that's their choice. But this person may be thinking like, okay, I've been suppressing all this and it just got me fucked up. So this person may be thinking about changing, but thinking is not acting, right? Oof, this energy. Basically, you are dealing with a catalyst connection, like a twin flame catalyst, or someone who opens you up somehow and you are opening them up as well. This may be a really triggering dynamic, but like in the best way. Always be thankful for that person, no matter what happens with you both, no matter, you know, how the relationship ends, if it's supposed to end, because thanks to you, they are elevating somehow. It may be painful because in this energy, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of pretending that you are fine while you are kind of trapped inside or thinking everything. This person may be going through a lot of anxiety, but this is sort of a liberation process for them and a growth moment for them if they decide to take a job or if they decide that they are up for the task. That is not up to you, okay? And in the same way, they open you up. Like in the Seven of Cups energy, let me show you. This is an Italian beautiful tarot that I have. So here it looks like an egg that is kind of breaking open. That's the sense. You are breaking each other open. Please don't take this like in a toxic way. This is not a toxic dynamic, but sometimes pain will sort of crack your heart open. X may be significant because in here there's a High Priestess. I was telling you that this person may be failing to listen to their intuition, and there's an egg here, like in their heart, right? So basically this person sees you, collective, as the love of their life. Because there's the Ace of Cups. This person may have like love in their brain. They have a small cup in their hands, but it's as if they have all of their love in their head. In their mind, there are thoughts of you. There are flashbacks of when you were together. Thoughts when they hear music. They may see your name. They may see your birthday. And that happens with twin flame dynamics. But this is an invitation for maybe both of you not to be so overwhelmed with the signs. Because no matter what happens, you will probably see signs like from each other for a long time. Instead of worrying so much about the signs, what are you doing with them? Because at a certain point, it's like you need to learn to live with them. No matter if you end up together or not, or whatever, this person was like a big part of your life, was really important for you, like in the best and in the worst way. So I was telling you before, be thankful for your person, for this person, no matter what the outcome is. This person refused to be with the love of their life to feed a sense of illusion that they will be fine or that they are fine without you. Okay? But that's their issue. That's their karma. That's their lessons that they need to learn. So stop worrying so much about that. I mean, I'm just telling you because it's in the energy. But focus more on what you can do, what healing needs you have. This person maybe wants to present an offer, like a small offer. This is something small. The Page of Cups, Water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This may be a text message, an apology, small invitation like let's go take a walk and talk or something. You can accept or refuse this offer. Listen to your own intuition. When someone acts from a place in which they don't listen to their own intuition, they may drag you in a dynamic that will ask you not to listen to your intuition. I'm telling you this as someone who has said yes when I'm supposed to say no. Be careful because basically this dynamic may drag you back. 6-6, a decision in love, balance. This decision may be dragging you like 2 steps behind. Actually, that song by Def Leppard may be significant. Like if someone tells you something or asks you out with a small offer, but this is not a genuine offer, and I'm not saying that the person is not genuine. What I'm saying is that the offer is not genuine because it's not based in their intuition. This situation will drag you, collective, to go back to the past, to repeat your lessons, to go back to conflict, to dynamics in which you may be ending like fighting each other, right? So trust in your divine forces. This may be divine intervention for both of you. And if this cycle is supposed to end, let it. Okay? Allow it to end, because sometimes endings are for the best for you and them. So the conflict, look, there's a lot of conflict in this energy. Maybe a lot of conflict between you two. Sort of a love-hate dynamic, which again is normal in the twin flame journey. As an example, I'm pretty sure I'm channeling a catalyst twin flame here. Someone who cracked you open to love and to love yourself and to be a better version of yourself. In the same way, you do the same job for this person. But their ascension is much more painful, because when you resist this change, this transformation, when you refuse to listen to your divine forces, the process of ascension is more painful because it's not about what you want anymore. It's basically like divine order. And sometimes the spirit will have, painful circumstances or sort of a hard reality check for a person who refuses their higher calling. Basically, you could have ascended together, you could have grown together, but this person may have refused their ascension. So you get it easier, but easier because you stopped resisting your ascension and painfully you went through this transformation. Now is this person's turn. Some people will take it, some people won't. Everybody has free will. And to be honest, some people are comfortable living like in another lifestyle, pretending that they are fine for the rest of their life, convincing themselves that they didn't lose the love of their life, as an example, convincing themselves that they are not living the consequences of their actions and living trapped in their minds, living this reality because it's their choice. That was their choice, right? People take it as it resonates. This is a reading that is kind of, but sending love. If this is you, if this is not you, send love to your person, but do not interfere with them. I know it's hard, but it's necessary. Do not. I mean, you can't. If your intuition is telling you to stay away, please stay away from this person and continue with your life, okay?